Hello and welcome, my dear friend. Here's a truth I want to start with. God is the one to love, not to fear. He is not angry, disappointed, or watching you with a critical eye, waiting for you to fail. No, His love is vast, immeasurable, and far kinder than anything we can comprehend. Imagine this, in your lowest moments, when you've convinced yourself that you've angered Him or let Him down. He isn't shaking His head. He's smiling at you, proud of your journey. He looks at you not with judgment, but with understanding. He sees the fears you carry, the struggles you face, and the doubts that sometimes cloud your mind. And through it all, His response is the same: grace. God doesn't expect perfection from you. He only asks that you trust Him, that you allow His love to guide you, and that you remember who you truly are in His eyes, someone worthy, cherished, and deeply loved. God doesn't come to frighten or overwhelm you, nor to place obstacles in your path. No, He is here to guide, to embrace, and to help you see that the only weight you carry is the one you've convinced yourself you must bear. Life, my friend, doesn't have to be as hard as we make it. But here's the catch: the struggle, the frustration, the feeling that nothing is ever enough, that comes from our perspective, our definition of what's hard or bad. Those bills that seem insurmountable, the meals that are harder to provide than you expected, they're not inherently bad. We give them their definition. They are simply moments, opportunities to shift the way we see the world and ourselves. It's amazing, isn't it, how something as simple as our mindset can color our entire reality. When we label something as hard or unbearable, it becomes exactly that. But what if we stopped defining our experiences by their challenges and started seeing them for what they truly are? Moments for growth, stepping stones to a greater version of ourselves. The power to transform any situation lies within us, and it starts with the way we choose to see it. Of course, I won't deny it. The journey can feel hard. But that difficulty isn't inherent. It's the way our current perspective frames it. It's like labeling hiking as hard because we get tired doing it. But if you've ever hiked, you know that this tiredness is not the thing that makes hiking hard or miserable. It's simply the price of that magnificent experience. What if I told you that by rewiring your mind, by seeing your challenges from a higher vantage point, not only does the path become clearer and lighter, but your entire reality transforms? Yes, when you shift your mindset, something extraordinary happens. Your ease of mind creates a ripple effect. You begin to exude a frequency of peace and trust, and in that elevated vibration, the life you dream of, the life you've longed for, begins to meet you where you are. Here's the truth that most people miss. The things you desire don't need to be created. They already exist. The wealth, the love, the faith, the purpose. They are not out there waiting to be earned or built. They are already here, in this very moment, waiting for you to align with them. That's why achieving your dreams is so much easier than you've been led to believe. The hardest part isn't chasing after them. It's flipping that switch in your mind that says, "I'm ready. I deserve this." And yes, I know what you're thinking. Changing your mindset can feel like the hardest task of all. It seems so simple in theory, yet overwhelming in practice. But here's the beautiful thing. The steps are often so small, so subtle, that we overlook their power. Society has wired us to believe that greatness comes from monumental effort, from blood, sweat, and tears. And we see examples of this everywhere. But that doesn't mean it's the only way. The truth is, the biggest transformations often come from the smallest, simplest actions that we overlook, but when seen and done with intention, hold the key to everything we desire. It starts with something as simple as gratitude. What if, instead of focusing on what you don't have, you began to celebrate what you do have? What if, instead of viewing your challenges as proof that you're falling behind, you saw them as stepping stones to something greater? Gratitude, my friend, is one of the most powerful tools we have for rewiring our minds. When you practice it consistently, you shift your focus from lack to abundance, and that shift changes everything. Think of it like this. What if life doesn't have to be a constant battle? What if there's another way of living, one rooted in joy, flow, and alignment? There are people in this world who live this way every day, who seem to attract blessings effortlessly. And when they share their secrets, most people dismiss them thinking, it can't be that easy. Why? Because we've been conditioned to place value in struggle. We think that suffering and sacrifice are prerequisites for success. But what if they're not? What if the real key is letting go of the need to fight and instead allowing life to unfold naturally? Imagine this for a moment. If you could achieve anything you wanted with ease, how much more could you give? How much more joy could you experience? How much more impact could you make in the world? The truth is, when you stop tying your worth to your struggle, you free yourself to live in your full potential. And that, my friend, is where the magic begins. Let's think about relationships for a second. People are one of the greatest gifts of life. They bring meaning, connection, and joy to our journey. But not every relationship is meant to last forever, and not every person is meant to stay in your life. There are times when someone's presence feels heavier than it should, when their energy drains more than it uplifts. In those moments, it's not selfish to walk away. It's essential. You aren't abandoning them. You're choosing to prioritize yourself, and that's a choice no one else can make for you. I know this might sound impossible for someone as compassionate and loving as you. You've always been the type to put others first, to sacrifice your own needs for the sake of harmony. But let me share a revelation with you. Choosing yourself is the most loving thing you can do, not just for you, but for everyone around you. Why? Because when you are at your best, you inspire others to rise to their best. When you are aligned, fulfilled, and at peace, your presence alone becomes a source of healing and transformation for others. Think of it like this. You have the power to be a light in someone's life, not just a flicker that fades when the wind blows. You can be a beacon of lasting change, a source of inspiration that doesn't just rescue people from their pain temporarily, but shows them what's possible in the long term. But to do that, you must first nurture your own flame. You cannot give what you don't have, and the brighter you shine, the more others will see what's possible for themselves. I know, this sounds easier said than done, but let me reassure you, the more relaxed and natural you become, the more the best version of you will emerge. You weren't made to constantly struggle with everything. And if that's the case for your life now, it's time to rethink it. It's time to pause and get back to yourself, to turn within and rediscover your God-given light. The answers you seek are already within you, and when you embrace this, you'll wonder why you ever doubted it. And remember, you don't have to force anything. You don't have to strive endlessly to prove your worth. In fact, the less you push, the more you allow, the closer you become to the person you were created to be. This isn't a call to laziness, it's a call to alignment. When you live in alignment with your purpose, your power, and your faith, you unlock a flow that no amount of effort can replicate. God never intended for life to be a relentless struggle. Yes, there will be challenges. It's up to us to label them as unbearably hard or as opportunities to grow and realign. These challenges are not barriers, but stepping stones. And the moment you stop seeing them as obstacles and start embracing them as tools, everything changes. You were not created to merely survive. You were created to thrive, to live boldly, to love deeply, and to make the kind of impact that leaves the world forever changed. the life you dream of, the peace you long for, the abundance you crave. It's all within reach. The only thing standing between you and that life is the belief that it's possible. God will carry you. He doesn't force. He waits for you to surrender to him. And when you do, he will carry you through every challenge and into your full potential. So go on, my dear friend. Step into the fullness of who you are. Let go of the struggle. Embrace the simplicity of alignment, and watch as everything you've ever wanted begins to flow into your life. You are not just enough. You are more than enough. And the world is waiting for you to shine. This is your time. This is your moment. Take it. Thank you for taking this journey with me, my friend. If you found value in this message, please like the video and share it with others who might benefit. Don't forget to subscribe and continue your transformation journey by watching one of the videos showing on your screen that resonates with you the most. See you there.